Hello, I'm Ginkgo Sequoia and I am the author of the book The Tree Mystic. Today's extract is called Painting a Solution to Your Problems. Quite often when we are younger and at school, we give up on the arts because we compare ourselves against other people who we feel are more gifted. So for many people, whether it be writing music, writing stories, painting, pottery, marble, we just look at our work and don't think it's good enough, and so that's it. We never take up or try that again in our life. So it's not only a shame because it's these things are so enjoyable, but also these creative mediums are the way that we can find solutions for many of our day-to-day problems. We often get stuck when we try and work things out and we try and think them through. And we use that medium and we can't find the answer. A better way is to look for the solutions to our challenges by letting the answers arise naturally. And they arise like metaphors come to us through painting, drawing, writing, etc. This is the reason why we should all write, we should all play with clay, write tunes, etc. Regardless of how bad the product is, it doesn't matter, if it doesn't sell. That's not the purpose of art. In this extract from the book, the pollinators need to find a solution for a drought, a famine, and the widow's suffering. And Solly the Tree Mystic has asked them to find the solution to these huge problems through painting on an ancient canvas. He believes that the solutions will arise naturally through this piece of work. He invited Ling, one of the volunteers, to accompany him on a late-night jasmine-scented walk around the garden. Ling presumed that he wanted to discuss something important with her. That warranted some extra preparation. The conditioner was left on her hair a little longer before they met. Solly, when they arrived together, spoke in a deep, hushed voice, drawn from the bottom of his inner caves. "I have an important project for you, Ling. One that you will never execute if you attempt to use your logic, your beliefs, and your limited experiences. Are you telling me that the opportunity to paint something spiritual has finally arrived? Yes, we need to find a solution to the famine, the drought, and the widow's suffering. We also need some people to change their thinking. Some people that can help us. I would like you to paint this work with Komodo. It will be a persuasive, transformative work of art. Sometimes we need to feel differently about things if we want to change our actions. One way to do this is to present things to ourselves in a medium that we do not normally use. If you usually think a challenge through, write it down instead. If you normally write it down, paint a picture of it. If you generally paint a picture of it, present your challenge to music. Hum it. I am sure that we talked about this before. Now, can you remember what I said about high art? You said that to produce a masterpiece, the artist only chooses the paintbrushes and the colours. Something higher determines the details in the painting. You also said that on some Chinese scrolls, the viewer would only be rewarded if they took the time to view the art from a variety of different perspectives. Correct. Oh, and of course your painting needs to be grand, ambitious, and full of intrigue. How exactly? It needs to be intriguing enough to hypnotise, ambitious enough to be painted over 8 frames, grand enough for a Prime Minister to wear your canvas, should they see fit. Should the painting also provoke the Prime Minister into taking new action? I think that this piece of art must do more than provoke. It will need to swarm on much of what he holds dear. It will need to chisel out his soul and bring it to the surface. Each of the art's 8 frames must feel like a pair of pliers slowly pulling out his fingernails until his beliefs are uprooted like a storm-ravaged tree lying on its side. Then he squeezed her nose. And don't forget to leave a gap in the painting. Remember what I said. Think in completion with all your projects so that someone else can pick up the baton and continue your work. That's all on that little extract. But art is a big theme that appears in the book to help the children along and the other adults in the very way that it's described here, as a medium to get people to think differently, to respond differently, and to feel about things differently. And when our feelings change about something, that's when we're going to take new action. And this new medium changes how we think about things. That's why it's so important. Whether it works in the book, you'll have to find out. You can buy it at thetreemystic.com or at Amazon. Thank you for listening and watching. Goodbye.